Fans, every Sunday, the Padres are proud to honor service members, veterans, and their families who are a vital component of our community. Today is U.S. Navy Appreciation Day, presented by USAA, as we honor the members of the Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group. For nearly 10 months, the Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group has been deployed to the Western Pacific and Arabian Gulf, supporting strike operations in Iraq and Syria, where the squadrons of Carrier Air Wing 17 flew more than 12,000 individual missions, dropping more than 500,000 pounds of ordnance against ISIS forces. The men and women lining the bases are from ships and squadrons that comprise the Carl Vinson Strike Group, including the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson, the USS Bunker Hill, the ships of Destroyer Squadron 1, the USS Gridley, USS Dewey, and USS Sterren, and San Diego squadrons of Carrier Air Wing 17, HSM 73, HSC 15, and VRC 30. At home plate, we have two Carl Vinson Strike Group Sailors of the Year. From the USS Dewey, Gas Turbine Systems Technician First Class, Brian Bartlett. And from the USS Sterren, Electrician's Mate First Class, Juan Gutierrez. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome home and join us in a round of applause for the men and women of the Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group. At this time, we'd like to ask all fans to please rise and remove your caps as our veterans of the crowd salute the flag. Presenting our nation's colors today, the USS Carl Vinson Color Guard. Next, please welcome Navy Information Systems Technician Second Class, Isabel Miramontes. Please sing along as she presents the Star-Spangled Banner.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through that
conclude a 3-game weekend series. It's the Diamondbacks and the Padres. It's Military Sunday in San Diego. The Padres salute the United States Navy as they conclude a 3-game weekend series. It's the Diamondbacks and the Padres.
High drive, right field. That's hit well. Tomas back to the wall. Touch 'em all.
Justin Upton with a 2-run home run to break a 2-2 tie as the Padres go on to a 7-2 victory last night over the Arizona Diamondbacks. And welcome to Military Sunday, presented by USAA. Petco Park the scene. The Padres have their hands out to welcome all the U.S. Navy men and women. And Arizona and San Diego conclude this 3-game series. The Padres pitching has been good, allowing only 2 runs in each of the first 2 games, both victories. As Mark Rent to Kenberg, happy Sunday to you. Let's hope it's fun day, run day for the Padres with Odrisamer Despaigne on the mound.
Yeah, the Padres got a good thing going right now. A nice combination, 1 through 4 for the offense. It's easy for the Padres with this combination to put pressure on the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, getting this kind of production from hitters in 1, 2, 3, 4 position.
Hey, not a bad combo with Kemp, Solarte, Yonder Alonso, and Justin Upton. The one thing that sticks out for me is a couple of things. First of all, Matt Kemp doing well in the leadoff spot. Alonso hitting 405 off of lefties. Remember, Robbie Ray started one of those games. He took care of him, and 7 extra base hits. And one other thing that points out of this, guys, they're not missing many mistakes. Sure, there's a whiff here now and then to swing and a miss, but they're hitting mistakes over the heart of the plate, and they're making the Arizona Diamondback pitchers pay. Hopefully that continues this afternoon.
And it's time now for the USAA military to take the field, featuring Command Master Chiefs and Senior Chiefs of the USS Carl Vinson Strike Group, the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson. thrill it is to watch our young pilots perform nighttime takeoffs and landings from the carrier. What a group of incredible young men and women they are.
Tell you what, talk about teamwork. That is some serious teamwork. We talk about on the playing field, the gridiron. Hey, on an aircraft carrier, your teamwork better be in sync.
I grew up in a town with 800 people. Armada, Michigan. There are 5,000 occupying that Vincent aircraft carrier as the Padres take the field, and the usual individual ceremony, each player meeting and greeting and congratulating and thanking those that are serving us so well. Those uniforms are handsome, aren't they?
Absolutely. I say it every time. Not only do the servicemen and women get a big kick out of it, but the Padres themselves get a big kick. Signing autographs, getting to know them a little bit, telling a story or two. Good for them. Hey, they're taking some selfies too.
That's great. And Justin Upton with that 2-run home run last night, and he'll autograph that baseball for that officer. And let's check the Diamondbacks lineup while we have a moment. Brought to you by Hyundai. Much like that used last evening by Chip Hale, Nick Ahmed, and David Peralta. Paul Goldschmidt at 351, now second in hitting in the National League, third in the major leagues at 351. Then Yasmani Tomas moves into the cleanup spot. Jake Lamb, the third baseman. Aaron Hill, the veteran, gets a start at second base. Wellington Castillo behind the plate. Cliff Pennington, who hadn't played in the outfield until this month, but he's in left field again this afternoon. And Chase Anderson on the mound.
Well, right-hander Odrisamer Despaigne on the hill this afternoon, making his 12th start and attacked the zone with all of his pitches. We know what his pitches are. He'll change speeds, but the number one pitch lately has been the two-seam fastball and no shaking off. Whatever Derek Norris puts down, throw it to the glove and have some success. Have some fun this afternoon.
Check the Padres defense behind Despaigne, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Upton in left, Venable in center, Kemp in right. On the infield, Middlebrooks gets the start at third base. Barmas at shortstop. At second base, Solarte, Alonso the first baseman, and Derek Norris behind the plate for Despaigne. 28-year-old looks for his fourth win this afternoon. Nick Ahmed will lead it off. Padres hopeful of a rare sweep. They won the first two, 4-2, and last night 7-2. And the first pitch on this Sunday afternoon is ball one. We've already had a ceremonial first pitch that was absolutely terrific, and we'll share that with you when we have a moment. High fly ball, Ahmed, shallow and left. Upton over calling near the line for the first down. That'll bring up David Peralta. Peralta has moved into the number 2 spot in the order.
Great night in the big leagues last night for Andrew Kashner. Wearing the shades, got the hat tilted back a little bit, and he deserves to do that. After 7 solid innings, 8 hits, no walks for the right-hander. The Conroe Comet struck out 6. It's fun to watch.
Finally has that elusive third win of the year. Peralta takes a strike. He's had good success against Despaigne. He's 6 for 13. Shift on. Solarte, the second baseman, out in shallow right field. 0-2. Padres start today a half game in front of Arizona in the NL West and 5.5 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers. Got him. Curveball.
Already breaking out the old yacker for Odrisamer. The curveball, he wants it down. It's down all right, and off the plate, off the table, 12-6. Paul Goldschmidt coming up to the plate. These are the pitches that he has seen in the certain area. So, for instance, right down the middle, 9% of the time to throw. But so look at the biggest number, though, as we speak, 28% down and away. And the Padre pitching staff has, overall pitched him quite well.
And he knows that's how they're going to pitch him again this afternoon. Big cut and a miss, the fastball by him. D. Gordon is now the leading hitter in the National League, hitting .355. Goldschmidt .351. But he leads the majors in on-base percentage and is second in slugging percentage.
Well, earlier in the year, Despagne gave up a home run to Paul Goldschmidt. Look where the pitch is. It's middle, in, and belt buckle high, not down and away, where 28% of the time they try to pitch him. And I'll guarantee you, that's in the hot zone, and Goldschmidt turned it around. That was a mistake. He capitalized on it.
He hits this one well, high to left center field. That ball carrying well up into the warning path and makes the catch. Oh my, he just missed that one. A 1-2-3 inning. Here come the Padres and Matt Kemp.
Spangenberg. Norris is running hard all the way. An RBI double for Yonder Alonso.
What a picture-perfect swing by Clint Barmas.
And the Padres successful in the first 2 games of this series. It's an abbreviated homestand, 3 with Arizona, then 2 with Seattle, off day tomorrow, and then Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon before the Padres go on a long road trip. So this is the last homestand before the All-Star break. Toyota brings you the San Diego Padres batting order with Matt Kemp in the leadoff spot, then Solarte, Alonso, Upton, and cleanup. Derek Norris, Will Venable hits 6th, then Will Meadowbrooks, Clint Barmas, and Despagne. Against Chase Anderson, 27-year-old from Wichita Falls, Texas, and the University of Oklahoma. Kemp versus Anderson is 4 for 11 with a home run. And as a leadoff hitter, so far so good. 5 for 16, a couple of doubles and a home run. Had a double and a single last night.
Yeah, it's one of those where you got to let ferment, right? Germinate a little bit. Let it take some time.
Take some of the pressure, not hitting cleanup, and so many times you're expected to hit every at bat when you're up there in the 4th slot. Leadoff hitter, just set the table, get something going. And he gets something going early. High, long, touch 'em all. My, oh my, does he ever get the Padres off on the right foot today. A Ruthian shot to left field, number 6 for Matt Kemp, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead.
What in the Ricky Henderson is going on here? One of the greatest leadoff hitters of all time. Leadoff home runs was his bag, and Matt Kemp, Dick, I talked about it in our open, hitting mistakes. That was a mistake out of the hand of Chase Anderson. Listen to this.
Houston, we have something airborne. U.S. Navy shot by Matt Kemp. The second leadoff home run of his career. Solarte. One strike on him. One and one. Well, his last outing, Anderson gave up 3 home runs at Colorado. His roughest outing of the season. Lasted only 3 2/3. Solarte forces Peralta to give ground, and he makes the catch deep in center field. One away.
Well, let's look a little closer into Chase Anderson. Time for the Diamondbacks scouting report, brought to you by our friends at Verizon Wireless. Pretty straightforward. Fastball, changeup, curveball. Secondary pitch is the changeup. He'll throw that a lot at any time. He works on the corners, and he holds runners well. It's Chase Anderson for you.
As Yonder Alonso gets himself ready to hit, the defense for the Diamondbacks shifts around. Lamb, the only presence on the left side. Hill, the second baseman, out in shallow right. Last 10 starts, Alonso has hit safely. 359 in those 10 starts. And carries the Padres' top batting average at 324. Up the middle, but the shift will take that potential base hit away as Ahmed throws him out. And a look at the keys to the game today, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, top of the morning to you, top of the lineup, and I know it's afternoon, but you know, what the heck. When I came up with this key, it was in the morning.
Yeah.
So top of the morning, and Matt Kemp, thanks to you, the Padres on the board, and desperately seeking Despaigne. And we talked about his last outing against the San Francisco Giants, 5 solid. Hey, OD, you got a 7 spot in you? 7 innings would be nice this afternoon, and a little bit of support as well.
And that's good insight. Keys to the game today. Justin Upton has been a key to the Padres' success offensively for certain. Leading in runs, hits, walks, home runs, RBIs, stolen bases. High fly ball, shallow left center. It's Peralta. He took a long way to get there, but able to run it down. A circle route, but able to make the catch in shallow left center field, and that'll do it for the Padres. But Matt Kemp, he sends them off with a home run to deep left field. It's 1-0. Early 1-0, and today's game is presented in HD by Sony 4K. Top of the second inning, middle of the order, Yasmani Tomas, Jake Lamb, and Aaron Hill against Despaigne. Very quietly, the Padre pitching have accomplished something that's quite rare. With a 1-2-3 first inning, they've gone 7 straight innings, going back to last night's game, by pitching to the minimum number of hitters in an inning.
Nice.
There were base runners, but a double play and a pickoff limited the Arizona Diamondbacks from last night. 4th inning, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, only 3 batters in each inning.
That's
and
great.
Same to start today. Tomas, a couple of hits last night, RBI double. One wonders if these two have met before in native Cuba. Tomas is 2 for 3 against Espana in their first meeting. Sharply hit. Middlebrooks knocks it down. Now he's got to hurry, and too late. So the Padres committed an error in the first inning last night. Amarista, and Middlebrooks guilty here in the second.
I think after we look at that play again, let's check out Will. Does he have time to get in front of it? Yeah, I think he had time to get in front of it. He went with the backhand. Probably wishes he would have approached that one differently and gone in front of it. Therefore, more time, but the second effort, not enough time. I think maybe he thought that ball was hit harder than it was. Very makeable play.
Brings up Jake Lamb.
When you ask Will Middlebrooks, hey, should you have made that play? He'd probably be the first one to say, yeah, I should have made that play. So how about rolling another one here and get a double play?
Now you got to wipe the slate clean and just worry about this next opportunity. Maybe you turn a double play. 2-0. Espana, as we mentioned in our pregame, has been very effective here at home. 2-0 against Arizona with a 1.31 ERA. Hitters batting only 159. In there, 2-1. And against the NL West at Petco, his record is 4-0 with an ERA of 1.03. Padres will take all of that today.
I think a lot of that is mindset. I mean, you talk to players, even in the minor leagues, they play in a league and they have a certain feel for a home venue that they just feel comfortable, and it translates into a good outing each and every time. Sure, Andres Espana looks at the schedule. I'm going to start at Petco. He's got a good feeling. Loves the mound.
Drive to left center field for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Venable. Tomas will hold at second base. Couple on here with no one out in the second. The Padres lead 1-0. Let's go down to Allie Sturm. Allie.
Thank you, Dick. Corey Spangenberg from yesterday's game is reported to have a severe bone bruise to his left knee. Pat Murphy said that in 24 hours they will have a result and he will be placed either on the DL or to obviously stay here. And Corey, his attitude, I saw him in the clubhouse this morning. He just wants to get out there. He said, I want to take a couple of bats, but you can see he's limping around. He's pretty banged up. It's hurting him severely. Back to you, Dick.
Well, he took a mean hit there from Ahmed on that slide. He's lucky he didn't break a lower leg.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I thought there was a late slide. I think it was too late of a slide. I mean, you can go into a bag hard. I've got no problem with that. You can go in hard and the spikes are down and it's just a good old-fashioned slide. But Nick Ahmed went in. He, leaves the ground and goes in like a lawn dart. And the first contact is the second baseman. It should be ground first and then the second baseman or shortstop.
Good point. And Ahmed has to turn that double play at second base too. And he knows best of all that that's a dangerous business. So an error and a single. And the D-backs threaten here in the second. Hill showed bunt on the first pitch. Swinging, and it's 2-1. Extra out innings can make You lose sleep at night. 4-out inning now for Arizona. And 3-1 to Hill. And this is getting even more serious. No one out.
This is where I think Despaigne has to trust the fastball. A good two-seamer down and away. Take your chances.
And it's to right center field. That's Kemp racing over to make the catch. Tagging is Tomas. And the throw will be short. But boy, Tomas, I wonder if he didn't leave a little early there.
Hey, it wouldn't hurt to appeal it. Why not? Just throw it to second base. Matt Kemp got to that ball quickly. Pat Murphy wants to maybe appeal at second. Let's take a look. On the run. Matt realizes he's going and then gives up the rock.
No chance for it. Here we go.
Yeah, he tagged it. Like,
yeah.
What do you think, Dick? Like he
That's
tagged?
tough. He tagged all right, but did he leave before the ball was caught by Kemp is the issue. And that's all synced up back in New York. All the cameras are so that they can actually make that judgment. First and third as we continue on. Wellington Castillo, the catcher, at 209. He's had some productive long balls, 5 home runs and 13 runs batted in. A good candidate for a double play, however. Barmas and Solarte up the middle look for a chance. One and one. Looks like Despaign's made a trip to the jewelry shop, huh?
Sporting some bling?
You bet. Slow curveball pulled deep to left field. Back goes Upton, and it's gone. Aubrey fan throws it back, or if he had another ball, throws it back. But what's important here is a 3-run home run. Wellington Castillo hitting 209, but as we mentioned, he'll tie into one as he has just hit that ball to the left field bleachers. 3-1 Arizona.
Well, it was a 1-1 hanging curveball out of the hand. That's a hanger, or right into the swing path, and Castillo goes right to his knee. That is a come out of your shoes type swing on a hanging breaking ball.
Just into that first row. Long enough. It's interesting that Despaigne has given up only 3 home runs to left-handed hitters and now 7 to righties. He has a better percentage batting average against lefties than right-handers. Right-handers batting .294 against him.
It seems like the lefties have difficulty with that big breaking ball. The righties, when it's right in their swing path, they're crushing it.
Cliff Pennington, he's hitting just .207. His first start in the series. Swing and a miss. That'll do it for him. Second strikeout for Despaigne.
Just a good old-fashioned two-seam fastball away, and Pennington can't catch up to it. It's time to rebound. Forget about that breaking ball. Make an adjustment.
Chase Anderson, the pitcher, 3 hits this year, 23 at bats. Fastball for strike 1. There are his career averages. He hit a base hit now and then. 0-2. So the air, single by Lamb, 3-run homer Castillo, and Arizona leads 3-1. Even Anderson acted as though he thought that was strike 3. He was ready to walk toward the dugout.
Yeah, you know, getting back to that Castillo home run, if you're going to throw a breaking ball to a guy who has a slider speed bat, you better make darn sure you're going to bounce it, and it's going to be out of the zone. That one just caught too much of the plate.
Strikes him out, but the damage done. 1 unearned, 2 earned, and after 1.5, Arizona 3, the Padres 1. By GMC, Precision Matters. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. There you see, along with the helicopters, 2 of those in the flyover. The elderly gentleman throwing out the first pitch. We'll tell you more about him when we have a chance. As the Padres now down by 2, open the second inning with Derek Norris. That's a strike. Venable and Middlebrooks to follow. Norris, 20 doubles. That's been his strength all season long. Backs away from a curveball, 1-1. So the Padres are going to have to muster another comeback effort as Castillo gets 3 on 1 swing with that home run. Hit well, but foul down the right field side. Padre fan comes up with a souvenir.
So I mentioned that Anderson really isn't going to light up the radar guns. He's going to be around 91, 92. A lot of 4-seamers, but occasionally 2-seamers. He tried to go into Derek Norris on that last pitch. You see the range so far, 92 and 75 for the right-hander. Just trying to mix it up, work on the corners.
He gets Norris to go after the curveball. His first strikeout. Well, we're talking about the World War II veteran, a petty officer Seabees, Russell J. Lovinger. He served in the South Pacific, World War II, 1941 to 45. He's 95 years of age. He still works his bulldozer on his ranch, and he is in such good shape. The uniform that he's wearing today is the same one that he wore when he was 21 years of age.
That is fantastic.
And he got that pitch up there.
Yes, he did.
Oh, that's terrific stuff. Will Venable out in front of the plate. Hustling up the line, the throw by Anderson in time. 2 away here in the Padres second, and Will Middlebrook steps up.
Well, I just think of that gentleman, and I think of the changes that he has seen in his lifetime. Unbelievable. Oh, God bless him. That's great.
He's obviously still in fine fettle.
Yeah.
Nice that he shared some of his day with us. Made our day better. One and 0 to Middlebrooks. 2-0. Anderson leads the major leagues in an interesting category. He's got 9 no decisions. 9.
Wow, that's interesting.
Now, what's that tell you? Foul ball.
Leaves the game when it's close, and either they lose the lead, they take the lead. Weird situation as Mark Grace, hitting coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Happy birthday, Mark Grace. Aztec for life.
51 years young today. Left-handed hitting first baseman for the Aztecs. Three and 1. And this one will shock you. Someone else is celebrating a birthday today, another sport. John Elway. He's 55.
Is he really?
I couldn't believe that. 55.
Time flies.
Line drive, foul. Out in front of that, and he hit it solidly. Full countdown to Middlebrooks.
What's the first thing you think of, John Elway?
Well, I think about doing that Super Bowl here in San Diego when he sold out on that drive of the winning touchdown against Green Bay.
Yep.
Did that helicopter move when he was hit midair. Foul back. And also the fact that he led those Broncos to 2 heartbreak defeats of Cleveland, the Browns. The drive, the first in '98 to beat them in Cleveland, then the next year the fumble. Another foul. Middlebrook stays alive. 2 outs, bases empty here in the bottom of the second inning. Don Baylor also is celebrating a birthday, and someone new, Chris Spire, the former shortstop with the Giants.
I just saw Chris Spire here yesterday at the ball yard. He was with his grandson.
So happy birthday to all. Oh, and one other. King Henry VIII would have been 554 today. Yeah.
Well, 500 plus candles to you, my friend.
High fly ball, right center. Peralta and Tomas. It's Tomas, the right fielder, with a catch, and the Padres go in order in the second inning. It's 3-1 Diamondbacks. Sunday, Padres saluting the U.S. Navy, and in that spirit, let's go down to Allie Stern.
Thank you, Dick. Yes, I'm joined by Captain Carl Thomas, who is the commanding officer of the Carl Vinson that just returned on June 4th. Can you tell me all about the roles that the Carl Vinson has played?
We left last summer, August 22nd. We're gone for more than 9.5 months with the Carl Vinson Strike Group. So it's made up of the Carl Vinson, the Bunker Hill, the Dewey, the Sterrett, and the Gridley, and some squadrons. And 2 of those squadrons are based here in San Diego. And we were out there in the Arabian Gulf for more than 6 months, taking the fight to ISIS. Did more than 2,800 combat missions, attacking ISIS, trying to stop their progression in Iraq and Syria. And it was a very rewarding deployment.
Well, thank you so much for all of your service, and thank you for coming out here today and supporting our Padres. Are you enjoying yourself?
Having a great time, and I'd like to thank the Padres for supporting their armed forces, and particularly the Carl Vinson Strike Group today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Captain. Dick, back to you.
All right, Captain, great to have you here. And a salute to all your men and women aboard the Vinson. What a terrific, you mentioned it. Talk about teamwork, 5,000. And many of them, I think the average age is around 19 years of age. And the captain and his crew are able to manage such a difficult situation at sea. I mean, all the little, and doing the visit of the Vinson, things like you don't think about, like laundry. You're out at
somebody's got to take care of it, right?
Yeah. In fact, we met the petty officer that was in charge of the laundry while we were there. He's a big sports fan. He said, now you're in really where the heartbeat right down here. Because if we don't make those uniforms clean, right, we're all in trouble. So we're probably the most important part of this aircraft carrier. And another artillery officer said that they had their capacity to hit a target would be from the ocean or from the sea, be able to hit it right on home plate. That's
really?
how accurate they are.
Wow, that's incredible.
And 2,800 combat missions. You don't hear about how they're trying to fight the ugliness of ISIS. Uh-oh, that ball hit pretty well. Right field. That's going to chase Kemp back, and he looks up. It is gone. Peralta has just hit his 6th home run. Castillo, number 6, with 2 on, and now Peralta, his 6th, with the bases empty, and it's now 4-1.
Well, living dangerously, a 3-1 count, and when you don't hit your spot, tell you what, when we take a look at Derek Norris's glove. It's down and away, correct? Now, as you roll it, watch where this ball leaks out of the hand of Despaigne. That is down the center. Derek Norris's glove ends up down the heart of the plate, but before he gets it, Peralta connects. Ouch.
Here's Goldschmidt. He just missed a home run his first time. He sent Upton halfway onto the warning track in left field to make the catch. So far, all the runs of the game, home runs. 3-run shot by the catcher Castillo, and a solo now by Peralta. Padres run on Matt Kemp's leadoff home run in the first. .93 on the fastball, but it's upstairs. 2-1.
Well, the last at bat, the first at bat of the afternoon, remember he popped up to left field. Pitch number 3 was in the hot zone. He got away with one. And it's worth another look. He wanted it down and away. It leaked up, and Goldie just got under it a little too much.
He thought he might have number 21 on that swing.
Look at that. Curveball, trying to take it that way. The kid just has a great idea what he's doing up at the plate.
27 years of age. Texas State is college. He was born in Delaware, Wilmington, and he's the first Delaware born to hit 100 home runs in the big leagues, just as Chase Headley's the first born in Colorado to hit 100 home runs in the bigs. You know that capital of Delaware,
Dover.
You know, capital and the state both start with the same letter. There's only 4 states that can say that.
I love trivia.
There's only 4. He went around. Strike 3. The 4th strikeout for Despaigne. 2 away, and Yasmani Tomas comes up.
Well, he wanted it down and in, but up and in is just fine as Goldschmidt commits. And yeah, he went. Absolutely.
With his power, that would have been a double.
You're right.
Tomas safe on Middlebrook's error and scored on Castillo's home run in the 2nd. No fair looking up on no. Get out of that.
What's that?
Google there.
No, I'm getting on Goldschmidt's page.
Okay.
Info on Goldschmidt.
Oh, you were looking for the other 3 states.
Looking for the strikeouts.
Where the capital starts with the same letter as the state. Dover, Delaware being 1 of the 4.
Springfield, Illinois.
Swing and a miss. And that's a swing and a miss for Tomas. Swing and a miss for Mark Grant.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Now you've got 2 of them. Popped up, but that's going to make it over the home plate screen and back just beyond the aisle. Count remains 2 strikes on Tomas.
Wadison, Wisconsin.
If you get upside down, if you took the M and up, and then you'd be close.
Oh, yeah.
I could see geography wasn't your strength.
I love geography.
I do.
Believe it or not, I really do.
Another chance for Middlebrook, so 1 hopper, and he throws low across, but gets the out. A home run by Peralta gives Arizona the 4-1 lead. Padres come up. Matt Kemp, who homered his first at bat, he'll be hitting 3rd in the bottom of the 3rd. Third inning, and our closed captioning for today's game brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. Clint Barmas, then the pitcher Despaigne, and Matt Kemp against Chase Anderson. Men and women of the Navy honored today at Petco Park on our Sunday special, military special. Barmas has done a terrific job with the bat and the glove. He's hitting .296. Came off the bench last night to spell Spangenberg, and 2 for 2, a single and a double. 8 for 20 in the last 7 games for the veteran.
Yeah, he's been around the block. We know that. And with more reps, more at-bats, you see the ball well, you get into your groove. Definitely a hitter that uses the whole field.
And in front of the changeup, 1-2. Ground ball, but at the third baseman Lamb. And there's the first out of the third.
Well, stay tuned. We got a game break coming up. The Dodgers Marlins from South Florida. We'll check in and see what's happening on the East Coast.
Zach Greinke starting that game for Los Angeles. Colorado at San Francisco, and the Rockies lead 2-1 early. A game in the third. Despagne, a couple of hits. High chopper to short. Ahmed, 2 away. And many of you watched, as we did, the American women, the victory over China, 1-0 earlier this week, and now on to the semifinals against the Germany team. 3 o'clock on Fox on Tuesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in San Diego, and on the West Coast against the German side.
Yeah, go Team USA. Sprechen Sie Deutsch there, Fräulein?
Boy, you got a line for every language. Good thing you weren't in the Navy. Matt Kemp has the Padres' only hit, a home run on the second pitch thrown by Chase Anderson. Pulled the third, but foul. 1-1. Shift on. Second baseman Hill moves to the other side, and so Kemp goes right where Hill might be playing and has his second hit. Was hit fairly high. It probably would have cleared Hill's head, but who knows? That's exactly where a normal second baseman would be playing.
Oh, we've seen Matt Kemp fight off some pitches. This one inside. How far down by the label? Yeah, down by the pine tar. Even below the label. And the shift. Yep, nobody there. That's a hang with him for the Diamondbacks. A nice job by Matt Kemp, extending the inning with 2 outs. And we know what the 1 through 4 hitters have been doing against this Diamondback team in this series.
Solarte, a long out to center his first time, and he pops this one up behind the plate. Deep into the lower deck, still cascading around. Last 3 games, Solarte 5 for 11. On the season, a couple of home runs for Jan, both left-handed. That one bounces off the roof of the Padre dugout, as it's time now for the San Diego fans of the game. All right.
Thank you for your service.
It's great to be back in port for those men and women out there for what did he say, 7 months?
Unbelievable.
Since they deported.
And I think a 10-day road trip was long. Right? Shame on me.
Popped him up. Shallow in center. Ahmed, the shortstop, wants it. And the Padres gone in the third. They trailed Arizona by 3.
by Ram Trucks. You want to know what goes on behind the scenes? With Justin Hatcher on the right, the bullpen coach, and Derek Norris. Look at working on the handwork, soft hands, and also the ball up to the ear for the release on the stolen base. And also, you got to learn how to block baseballs, the proper technique. And we've seen Derek Norris this year do a stellar job preventing runs coming home. So behind the scenes work for the catcher, Derek Norris and Justin Hatcher.
Oh, that's good stuff, huh? Fans don't get a chance to see the inner workings of this game from that angle, and coaching is constant. 4-1 Arizona lead as they try to salvage the final game of this 3-game series. They used a couple of home runs, a 3-run shot by Castillo, and Peralta's solo home run for the 4-1 lead. It's Lamb, Hill, and Castillo against España here in the 4th as Mark Sweeney joins us in our Fox Sports San Diego booth. How things going today, huh?
Things are great. Yeah, I mean, Sunday, obviously the score doesn't indicate what's going on, but Military Sunday, camo uniforms. I always love that. I love the atmosphere that is around the ballpark.
Hey, nice job on the inside corner, by the way.
That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun.
We do enjoy it. It is a good discussion. We talked about the best managers in the game.
Yep. You had a good choice. I love Joe Madden.
Joe Madden has done a tremendous job with the Cubs. Obviously, people thought it was next year that the Cubs were going to really perform very well, and you had Bruce Bochy. You can't go wrong with both of those guys. But you know, the Cubs, I think it's a surprising team. They got John Lester, but they have a lot of young talent, and getting young talent on the same page sometimes can be tricky.
They're clicking.
Neither one of you picked Ryan Sandberg, huh?
No.
Hey, tough go around in Philly these days.
Off the glove of Despagne, deflected to Barmes, and he throws him out. The shift was on, so Barmes was over on the second base side for the 1-6-3 putout.
Mark Sweeney, it's always amazing to me when infielders have to break one way because they see the ball off the bat, then they have to redirect by the deflection. Barmes is a pro at that.
He's a pro, and he's very steady, and he said his hero was Ozzie Smith. You understand working your hands, and always they talk about that internal clock. I think Clint Barmes has that internal clock at the shortstop position especially. But he's done a tremendous job just preparing himself to get ready for games.
First pitch to Aaron Hill is a strike. He lined out to right his first time.
I think he's also one of those guys, Mark and Dick, to where you really don't appreciate it. When he was with Colorado and Pittsburgh, you didn't see him that often. In the division, yes.
That ball is hit well, deep to left, Upton to the wall, and makes the catch. Hill just shy of sending that out of Petco.
Well, Dick, for Padre fans, you remember Chris Gomez in the 1998 team. I think when you think of Clint Barmes and you understand what he does in the shortstop position, it's much like Chris Gomez.
That's a great example.
It's the expectation of making a tough play look very easy, and you see him throwing on the run, but having a guy that doesn't have consistent playing time and looking like he plays every day, I think that's his specialty.
Here's Castillo. 3-run homer the last time up.
And that first pitch there was a hanging breaking ball. Kind of like the one he hit out for the home run, but he took it for a strike.
Well, I think most hitters aren't going to sit on that same pitch they hit for a home run. I think that pitcher's going to change that eye level as the fastball right there. He's probably looking for fastball first pitch.
España ahead on the count, 2 strikes. 2 gone. Base is empty here in the 4th. .94 on that fastball.
Hey, he can sneak it up on you.
Watching Barmes out at shortstop, he cranes his neck to look in to see the signs, get an idea where that might be hit, and it won't be hit at all. Taken for strike 3, and the D-backs go in order. Adrian Gonzalez with the score 1-0 Dodgers. Rattles a double off the wall to score a second run, and that'll be enough. As Zach Greinke and the Dodgers win it 2-0. And a look now at our National University standings. Los Angeles a game and a half in front of San Francisco. Of course, these will change as other scores come in. San Diego at 6, Arizona 6.5, Colorado 8.5. The wild card race currently San Diego 4.5 out of a wild card spot. Pittsburgh in the driver's seat there.
Well, a lot going on there. One thing I want to focus on is this Padres. Well, first of all, today's game, but this road trip coming up, playing against some good teams. St. Louis Cardinals, Pittsburgh Pirates, and also the Texas Rangers. Not only the teams, but the humidity to them. I mean, that takes its toll.
It definitely does.
Alonso trying to bunt against the shift, but it goes foul, and Anderson makes sure that it doesn't kick back.
Mark, to your point, and understanding that the players will always say that they go series by series, game by game. But when the schedule comes out, you look at it. You look at those certain things, and you understand where you have to go. You have to go to St. Louis, and Pittsburgh's playing much better baseball. So, yes, that is one of those things. And also you look at the Texas Rangers, interleague play, and Bannister has done a really nice job with the Texas Rangers.
They lost a tough one today, 3-2 to Toronto. Alonso takes away 1-1. How about the Cardinals? They're hosting the Cubs on night game on Sunday in St. Louis. And the Cardinals with a home record of 28-7. 28-7.
Yeah.
First team to hit 50 wins this year, and they've done it in 74 games. And it seems like they win when it's 7-6. They win when it's 2-1.
Well, Mike Matheny and his staff have done a tremendous job getting everyone ready. Adam Wainwright going down. I think everyone in baseball said, uh-oh, they're in trouble. Well, they've developed. Their last World Series championship, they used 11 rookies. They drafted and developed so well in that organization.
Their Cardinal home ERA is 2.35 for the season.
Yeah. Seems like every time the Cardinals have somebody go down, somebody just fills in, or 2 or 3 other guys get hot and then pick everybody else up, and they're on their way.
Full count to Alonso. They lead Pittsburgh by 8 games in the National League Central. And Pittsburgh's having a good season.
Yeah.
Pirates are 42-32 and down by 8.
That's when you feel like you're never going to get to that level, and you're wondering, going down to the trading deadline, how these teams are going to react.
That's the first walk allowed by Chase Anderson, and a leadoff walk here in the 4th to Alonso. And some other Major League Baseball storylines. Giancarlo Stanton placed on the 15-day, but he'll miss much more than that. Broken left hamate bone, taking a swing. Cardinals with that 50-24 record, reaching 50 quicker than any team since the White Sox 10 years ago. And Nelson Cruz has 18 home runs, 38 RBIs by the end of May, 1 home run, 7 RBIs in 23 games in June. So Cruz and the Mariners coming in, and he's ice cold. Let's hope he stays that way.
And remember that White Sox team back in 05, they went on to win the whole ball of wax, World Series champions over the Houston Astros.
Well, it's going to be fun then, and we'll have all the action for you on this road trip. And the Padres, if they're going to make a statement, this is, on the road. You're going to have to get your share of wins in St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Texas. 1 strike to Upton. Checking last year on this date, the Padres were 34-46, so they're 4.5 game improvement this year. Outside, 2-1. High fly ball to right. Tomas eases in under it, and there's 1 out.
Well, that was a mistake right there on the hand of Chase Anderson, and I guess that Justin Upton wants it back. So the first pitch, outside corner for a call strike. Looked like some off speed. There's the curveball going the other way. Here comes another changeup, missing, and then here's the pitch down the middle. And Mark Sweeney, what do you see?
Well, you see phantom cam, and just underneath the baseball, just a tad, and that produces that pop fly. But if he squares that up, we know where it's going. He did it last night with a perfect swing to right field.
So 1 out to Derek Norris. Norris struck out swinging, the only punch out by Anderson so far. 1 for 9 in the series.
Mark, is there a way to correct that? I mean, through repetition, just hitting the top half of the baseball rather than working under it? I'm not saying he does it all the time. I'm talking for any hitter.
Yeah, there's so many drills that you can do, Mark. It's a good question. And what you do to get yourself ready for a game, whether you're hitting off a tee that I think everyone does, as we take a look at Tony La Russa of the Arizona Cardinals, at Diamondbacks, excuse me, but you're sitting there and thinking about what's going on for your routine and moving forward. It's soft toss, maybe a high tee drill that people work on to try to get the barrel on top of the baseball. So many things that you try to get to, but I think for Justin Upton, he knows where his home run swing is, and he is going to have those long fly balls, those pop-ups occasionally, and I love the intent that Justin Upton has when he's at the plate.
And I've said this, I'll take a guy like Upton in my lineup any day. If you strike out 140, 160 times, but you're going to hit 30 to 40, I'll take that guy.
Definitely.
2 balls and a strike. Norris, and he drills that one to left field, lines it deep, and touch 'em all. Number 10 for Derek Norris. And the Padres catcher has pulled the San Diego Padres within 1. It's 4-3. A line drive off the bat. You just hoped it would stay high enough to reach the first row.
2-1 fastball that leaks middle in on contact. That is a hanging fastball right at the belt buckle. Remember the first at bat. Got him with a curveball swinging. Brought him to his knees. Oh, that's got the good sound to it.
So all the runs in the game produced by home runs. 2 home runs for each side. The difference is that Castillo hit a 3-run homer.
You see the hitting coach Mark Kotze going up and having a conversation with him.
Ground ball by Venable to the second baseman Hill for the second out.
You know, Mark, to your point, you deal with the strikeouts, and yes, does Derek Norris strike out at times? Yes, but it's the intent. It's the opportunity when you have a mistake that you touched on earlier in the game. You have to capitalize on those mistakes to get the team back in that striking distance.
44 runs batted in now for Norris. He certainly has given the Padres a terrific bat. And San Diego has 3 men in that lineup. Upton, Kemp, and Norris with 40 runs batted in or more. No other team can make that statement in the National League.
Yeah, now, Dick, you're seeing more high fives, more energy in the dugout. And our pictures really tell the things. You're seeing guys that are just a little more energetic. We've seen it in this series. And listen, the ebbs and flows of a major league season, you got to have that. You got to always believe where you're going to get to. And this club has a different energy, in my opinion.
1-2 now to Middlebrooks. So a solo home run Peralta and a 3-run shot by Castillo for the 4 runs for Arizona. Solo shot Kemp and a 2-run homer for Norris for the Padres 3 runs. 2-hopper to Lamb at third. And that'll do it in the 4th, but the leadoff walk comes around to score because Derek Norris lines a laser into left field for number 10 on the season, and it's a 1-run game. Padres baseball brought to you by Saquon Casino, only 25 miles from Petco Park. And by Jack in the Box. Try the new Double Jack today, only at Jack in the Box. Military Sunday, San Diego Padres honoring those from the United States Navy, and many of them here today just recently back in port after a long deployment. Terrific to have them aboard at Petco Park. They're good to have their sea legs applied on the baseball stadium this Sunday afternoon. So the Padres with the 2-run homer by Norris back in it as we go to the 5th inning. 4-3 Arizona. Pennington, Anderson, and Ahmed to bat for the D-backs. Pennington struck out his first time. Foul tip. 1-2 changeup.
Talk about good looking unis. That's a good looking one right there.
Yeah.
Sweet uni.
Navy whites. Popped up left side. Middlebrooks calling. One away. Pitcher Anderson is the hitter. So an off day tomorrow, gentlemen, and those always feel good too when you have an off day at home. You don't get many during the course of the year. And then back to work on Tuesday night. The Padres, 6:30 our TV time here in Fox Sports San Diego. Ian Kennedy will open the 2-game series with Seattle against Mike Montgomery. Wednesday afternoon it'll be James Shields and Taijuan Walker. That's a 12:30 TV time, 12:40 game on Wednesday.
Isn't that nice? You're not seeing King Felix.
Oh, he's pitching today against the Angels.
That's a good miss.
He's leading 1-0 in the 6th. Going for his 11th win already.
Yeah, and you think about it moving forward, and also, being lucky at times and not facing the aces of the clubs. Yes, you have to battle good pitchers every single day in the big leagues, but when you get a King Felix and a special arm like that, and you're missing him, that's a good thing.
And every team goes through it, right?
Yeah, when you're going poorly, it almost seems like you're facing every ace of every club.
It's like the Dodgers. Sometimes you can avoid Kershaw and Greinke. You get the other 3. Sometimes you get them every time.
Yeah.
'75th game of the season for the Padres, and Anderson takes strike 3. That's 6 punch outs for Despagne. Boy, this is yesterday. Watching the dugout, Robinson Cano. This is while the Angels were warming up. Oh, an overthrow hits him right in the forehead. Look at the big lump up on the left side of his forehead, and complaining of dizziness, he had to go back in the clubhouse. Man.
Yeah, you wonder if that doesn't happen more times. And obviously in batting practice, balls all over the place, fungos. There's so much action out there as we see that slow breaking ball by Despagne. But you see Cano, and he had to leave that game, ends up playing today and coming back. So that's a good sign. But man, that is scary.
Ahmed is flied to left and flied to right. Seattle goes into action today 34-41, 8 games behind Houston in the American League West. A game in front of Oakland. Houston leading the Angels and the Rangers by 4 games. 2-1.
Despaine's got that 2-seamer working like a wiffle ball. He changed his arm angle a little bit there. Tremendous run. Change up. Fastball away.
Right back to Despagne. The comebacker and an easy out. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 4.5 in the books, and it's Arizona leading 4-3. A 4-3 game, 3 hits aside, 2 of the 3 for the Diamondbacks and 2 of the 3 of the Padres home runs. Home run or nothing on this Sunday. It's become a run day. And for the Padres, a couple more big swings and then the fun day. Curveball in to Will Middlebrooks. Flight out to right field his first time. Check that Barmes here. And Barmes lines it fair just inside the line. Hustles into second base, and Barmes continues his terrific hitting. And the Padres have the tying run at second base to lead off the 5th, and Clint Barmes.
Dick, we touched on his defense, but offensively getting in a good hitting position. Elevated ball by Chase Anderson. And again, a double down the left field line. Just a little bit out front for Clint Barmes, but he's handling that barrel of the bat very nicely. That average continues to spike.
Yeah, over the last 18 games, plate appearances for Clint Barmes hit .377. Add none of that with that double.
It's his 9th extra base hit in those 18 games. Despaigne now, his job is to get him over to third. Infield looking for the bunt. And outside ball 1. Goldschmidt is only about 15 feet from home plate by the time that pitch crossed home plate. .4-3 the score. Despaigne a chance to help himself. Hardly a wizard with the lumber, but he practices.
Well, soft bump in front, excuse me, Mark, but if you bunt it softly in front, you make it very challenging, and they have to communicate as infielders.
He wants to go toward third, and he does deliver. Good bunt indeed, and it moves the runner along. 1-4 on the putout. Barmes, the tying run, is at third.
Well, we take a look at the home run swings today. One on the left by Matt Kemp. Love of elevation, and gets that elevated fastball and delivers into left field. And same for Derek Norris. If you look at his swing, another elevated pitch. Just perfect hitting, and when you make mistakes, you have to capitalize, and both Padres did today.
And here's Kemp, a home run and a single, as he beat the shift going to right field the last time. And for the moment, it's an orthodox alignment by the infield for the Diamondbacks.
Well, let's see if Anderson goes soft here early with that runner on third base. Matt's got to be looking for the fastball. Let's see if he throws the old number 2.
That's interesting. A ball in the dirt and a good play by Castillo. As Anderson delivered the ball, the infield moved in right at that moment, and that gave Kemp a lot to look at.
I think that's illegal. I think the infielders have to be stationary. They can't be moving when the pitcher's in his delivery. And I'm surprised. Was it right when the pitcher was moving? Really?
All 4 of them.
Well, yeah, Tony La Russa.
It is. It's Tony La Russa in St. Louis. He had that a lot.
Kemp, ground ball, backhanded at third by Lamb, and throws across. Oh, he took a double away from Kemp there, and no chance at all for Barmes to score. So 2 away.
Well, a hard smash down the third base line, and for Lamb doing a nice job to his right in gloving that hard smash. The hot corner reaction side to side for third baseman. You can see Clint Barmes trying to deke him to not throw it across the diamond.
So Solarte with 2 out, tying run 90 feet away. Padres have done a good job in the series. Runners in scoring position. They're 8 for 23, 348 average. Take a little bite out of that with the out made by Kemp. 28 runs batted in for Jan Solarte. Middle of the diamond, wide open. Chops it over the mound, but Hill is there at second base to throw him out. And the Padres lose a chance in the 5th inning. It stays 4-3 Arizona. solo homer in the first, 1-0. But in the top of the second inning, Arizona would answer with 2 men on. Wellington Castillo steps up and hits a hanger just into the left field seats. It's 3-1 Arizona. A solo blast by David Peralta in the third inning. 4-1 D-backs. And then in the bottom of the fourth, after a walk, Alonso, Derek Norris, a line drive home run, his 10th of the year. And we have a 4-3 game after 5 complete. Pop up off the bat of Peralta, and Middlebrooks has the first out here in the 6th inning.
Well, Dick, if we take a look at Paul Goldschmidt, the accomplished right-handed hitter in the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup, the 8, 7, and 5 home runs, hitting to all fields wherever it's pitched. And then the Red Tracers are against the Padres this year, as you can see, both the left field, center field, and also right center. He knows he can power to all fields. It's such a luxury, but his consistency is what you marvel at, putting up godly numbers this year for the Diamondbacks.
20 homers, 62 runs batted in. Flirted with a home run his first time up, sent Upton deep onto the track and left to catch his ball. He struck out the last time.
So the balls that are put in play by location, by direction, is the percentages. So shortstop, 14% of the time there. And the home runs Mark Sweeney just talked about. And, you know, yeah, pulls to the shortstop side, but pretty consistent to the opposite field as well. And he knows he's so strong that if he connects the opposite way, it's going to go.
Infield plays him to pull with second baseman Solarte shaded near the bag.
And you see it, guys, and the infield shifted to the pull side, and the outfield, as you look at the center fielder Will Venable, he's on the right field side of center field, because you have to go on those statistics. A lot of the statistics on the shifts these days, and also the outfield, is on balls put in play, especially the ground balls within 100 attempts. That's when you get the modified shifts in baseball.
Swinging 3-0.
And one thing I noticed about Goldschmidt when he stepped into the box, his hands were down all the way on the knob of the bat. You see the movement there, swinging over the top of it. I'm always interested to see, as the count changes, you see he's still down at the bottom. But Dick and Mark, we've seen it with 2 strikes. He'll choke up about a couple inches. But this is a hitter's count. He stays down.
Drives it to center. Venable gives ground and makes the play. Line out for the second put out here in the 6th inning.
Well, perfectly placed, according to the defense of the San Diego Padres. You see the swing of Paul Goldschmidt in cutting his swing down, but you can see just covering the baseball and also the length he gets through the baseball, squaring it up. But the placement of the San Diego Padres, why is it difficult? Why is offense down? Because they are playing according to the scouting reports.
And the pitchers are hitting their spots.
Love it.
Tomas safe on Middlebrooks' error and scored on Castillo's home run in the second. Grounded to third again in the third. 93, strike one. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs, and Despagne, after the home run by Peralta, he's retired 10 in a row.
Well, the guy they call Goldie, Paul Goldschmidt, we know about his league-leading numbers, 2 for 11 in the series. Nice going, Padre pitchers.
Quackenbush and Garces getting ready in the Padre pen. Oh, that sounded like it hit him. Or was it? Yeah, it did get him. Just nicked him right at the bat handle. And that ends the string of outs at 10, and it's the first free ticket given by Despagne.
Oh, we know about the 2-seat movement, but boy, out of the hand. Oh, on the forearm, the left forearm of Tomas. And Tomas says, no mas, and goes to first base. Ouch, man.
7th hit batter by Despagne, more than any Padre pitcher. That'll bring up Jake Lamb. Singled and scored on the home run by Castillo in the second. His comebacker deflected by Despagne for a 1-6-3 putout the last time up, and Pat Murphy, the manager, comes out and indicates he wants a left-handed pitcher. So Despagne, 84 pitches in the game, makes it to 2 outs in the 6th, and that'll be the call for the left-hander Garces. A pitching change at Petco. '11th, 2012, trailing 1-0. It's Chris Denorfia against the Diamondbacks. He takes a David Hernandez pitch straight away, home run. Chris Young leaps both the ball and Young's glove go over the wall. A 2-run shot, and the Padres go on to beat the Diamondbacks 2-1. Pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford. Garces makes his 28th appearance.
And I like this move. Despaigne, he's going to give you 5, 6, maybe, just maybe, a couple times, once or twice beyond the 6th inning. 84 pitches, hard hit ball off Goldschmidt, hit the batter, maybe off a little bit. I like this move, Mark Sweeney.
Yeah, and I do too. And you think of it, what you're trying to map out if you're manager Pat Murphy and also the pitching coach Darren Balsley. You have an off day tomorrow. You can use your bullpen differently, especially with an off day. Trying to map out the rest of the game is the challenge for that dugout.
And trying to check the Diamondbacks with a 4-3 lead. 2 out. Tomas at first after being hit by a pitch. Way out in front is Lamb with that curveball. And that is Garces' big pitch, that sweeping curveball that comes from first base. That's tough for the left-hander hitter to hang in there. Slight of build, but he can get it up there 93 miles an hour.
Frank Garces can have one heck of a big league career being that left-handed specialist. If he can hone that skill as far as dotting that outside corner with that fastball, putting the defensive on that left-handed hitter and throwing that frisbee up there, pitch a long time.
That curveball hangs inside.
If you think of the left-handed hitters just in this division alone, you know you're going to have opportunities, especially in the big times with the part of the games that you have to go out there and attack left-handed hitters.
Yeah, Adrian Gonzalez, Brandon Belt, just a couple of left-handers that come into play.
Cargo from Colorado.
There you go.
That ball is hit too hard, deep to right and gone. A line shot. So Garces doesn't get the job done. Lamb does. A 2-run home run. And again, the Diamondbacks all their runs on home runs. Lamb's second home run of the entire season. As he hits home plate, it is 6-3.
Well, I mentioned about hitting your spots. We've talked about that. Breaking balls, fastballs alike. And at this level, lefty on lefty even. Look at that. Derek Norris set up away. Wants maybe a ball off the plate. Catches the heart of the plate. And it turns that one around quickly.
Now, from the hitter's perspective, that just gives you just an opportunity because you were exposed by the breaking ball, and then you get a fastball over the middle of the plate. If that fastball is elevated out of the strike zone, it gives him that different look to try to set up the curveball again.
So a solo home run Peralta, a 2-run shot by Lamb, and a 3-run homer Castillo to account for all 6 Arizona runs. And that was deflating. Padres battling back to 4-3. A couple of outs here in the 6th. The hit batsman, Tomas, and he comes around to score on the Lamb home run. Hill is lined out to right and a long out to left. Two and one. Arizona 6 runs on only 4 hits, but 3 of the 4 home runs. One of those runs goes on Despaign's card.
Check out that last home run out of the hand of Frank Garces and where he wanted. We talk about location. Derek Norris, watch the glove. It's going to leak in that way as you roll it. He wants it down and away. Uh-oh. Middle in.
Three and two on Aaron Hill. And a line shot to center field for a base hit. So Garces comes in, gives up the home run to Lamb, now a single to Hill, and here's Castillo. He with a 3-run home run to get Arizona in the lead back in the 2nd.
Hey, get ready to dance. Join the Padres on Saturday, July 25th for a post-game concert by Grammy Award-winning artist Nelly. I know, Professor, you'll be the first one in line.
Oh, yeah.
Performance is free to all fans with a ticket to that night's game. It's against Miami. The Miami Marlins are in town. First pitch is at 5:40. So buy your tickets today at Padres.com/BNISD.
Hubba hubba. Nelly.
Oh, Nelly.
Now Pat Murphy comes out to make a pitching change after Garces failed to get the 1 out necessary in the 6th inning. Gives up a home run and a single. It is 6-3 Arizona as we take a break from Petco. Success champion were brought to the game today on the Fan Express, courtesy of National University. To date, National University has given more than $1 million in scholarships to current and former military. The gift of education to be prized by all. Kevin Quackenbush, appearance number 22.
Well, stop the bleeding right here for Kevin Quackenbush. 2 outs here. He inherits 1 runner. Pitched an inning last night, struck out a Diamondback to finish off this game, or that game, winning 7-2.
Castillo with a big blow for the Diamondbacks. They were trailing 1-0 in the 2nd. An error, a single, and he stepped up and hit his 6th home run of the year into the left field seats. give the Diamondbacks a 3-1 lead. One and one. So the line on Despaigne, 5 2/3 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 hits, hit 1, no walks, and struck out 6. With those numbers, you would expect a better fate, but 3 hits, 2 of them home runs. Two balls and a strike to the big Diamondbacks catcher acquired from the Cubs this year. There goes the runner. Quackenbush was not paying any attention. He's able to walk into second base. Stolen base for the alert veteran Aaron Hill.
Well, Dick, we talked about Dave McKay, the first base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. These are some of the things that you key on in timing up a pitcher. For Kevin Quackenbush, you have to understand you have to change times. There's Dave McKay, the first base coach, and Aaron Hill executing that message.
Fourth stolen base for Hill.
You know, I remember talking to some coaches about that as we take a look at the hanging breaking ball mark. He stayed on it just long enough.
Yeah, and you see the breaking ball, and it looked like he was sitting on that for Wellington Castillo. And again, getting opportunities for the Diamondbacks and producing.
And caught by the second baseman Solarte. He was bracing himself to leap high, and no, thank you. Little down spin right into his glove. Anaheim Stadium. Nelson Cruz with the Mariners down 1-0, doubles off the wall and right, and that ties it up. Mariners and Angels even at 1. Not many hits there either. And the Mariners then head down to Petco for a Tuesday night game, 6:30 hour broadcast time on Fox Sports San Diego. Montgomery 2-2 against Kennedy 4-6. Wednesday afternoon, Walker 6-6 against James Shields, who's lost his last 2 decisions, but is a solid 7-2. And back to the action. The Padres trailing 6-3. Yonder Alonso, Justin Upton, and Derek Norris, and Alonso bounces to the left side, and the play made easily by Lamb. 1 away. Upton has flied out twice. And a check now of our T-Mobile game changer. And it's home action for the Padres this year. Justin Upton, he likes to hit at Petco.
Well, Dick, you remember the talk that he had in his introductory press conference, and you asked him the question, how do you like hitting at Petco? He goes, I don't care where I hit. Well, he's proven that. The power numbers, obviously 11 home runs at home. That's pretty impressive, and having intent to go up there and drive the baseball out of any ballpark.
And let's face it, when you have a talent like him, he can hit anywhere.
It doesn't matter.
And the 11 home runs, most before the All-Star break in the history of Petco Park by a Padre.
Well, the hot zone, Justin Upton, he likes it. These are home runs. He likes it. Right? He gets extended. About thigh high.
That misses outside, 2-1.
Well, I think every pitcher, when you face Justin Upton, especially with runners in scoring position, they'll act like there's 2 strikes. And they'll try to throw that perfect pitch and see if he'll expose himself out of the strike zone. When he stays in the strike zone, he does damage.
Popped him up. Behind second, Hill starts back and then comes in. And there's 2 out. Derek Norris, last time up, hit a 2-run homer.
Well, again, exposed in the strike zone, and this is the strike zone here for Justin Upton, and just missing off the barrel, as you can see, getting the bottom part of the baseball and popping that up in the infield, just missing a mistake.
You know, that Phantom Cam shows you so much just how it is, not only a game of inches but centimeters, how, you know, if he gets on top of that ball just a little bit more, it's a different story.
Yeah, and that slow breaking ball goes a long way. You see, taking a look at Eddie doing the Phantom Cam.
Nice going, Eddie Ibarra.
He's a stud.
Norris takes it away, ball 1.
Love Eddie.
The other thing about that Phantom Cam and that super slow motion action, and you see why this game is a game of failure. Why, if you are successful 3 out of 10, you're going to be an all-star. I mean, we're just talking about a sliver of difference between a ball being hit out and popped up.
And then when you go back to the dugout, how you deal with it mentally is what the challenge is for this game, and what you thrive on, trying to win that battle of both emotionally but also physically.
Anderson has used only 74 pitches to get 2 outs into the 6th inning. Walked only 1. And has only 1 strikeout.
You know, I've always said to fans that always bark at players, how did you miss that? How can you miss that pitch? Well, you know what? I've got some advice for you. Go to a fantasy camp, put on the uniform, and play against guys who lob the ball up there. You'll find out how hard this game is, even when they lob the ball up to you.
Yeah, try to get hits with a batting practice pitch.
Right.
And you'll see how many times you fail.
I think you will respect the game and admire the game a little bit more from that vantage point.
That slow breaking pitch levels the count at 2-2 to Norris. Base is empty. 2 gone here in the 6th. And he takes it low.
You know who else is a big fan of the Phantom? Derek Norris wants a little love from Eddie Ibarra. Yeah, and Derek approached him. He was waiting for the high five.
I told you he was a stud. I mean, why not high five Eddie? We do it every time we come to the ballpark.
Oh, he's the best.
All our guys are the best.
And that ball's hit well. Does Norris have back-to-back homers? Yes, he does. Touch them all.
Well, you have to capitalize on mistakes, and Derek Norris has done that twice today. The slow breaking ball, and go high five Eddie while you're at it, but you see the slow breaking ball and the mistake. Tracking it with your eyes on our Phantom Cam, and you could see him compressing the baseball on the barrel of the bat. And that is a sweet swing.
That was much longer than the first one. Number 10 and number 11. Home runs for Norris. All-star at Oakland last year. Many ways deserved of that acclaim again this season. So Will Venable has grounded out twice. 1-2. The fastball by him at 90.
It just feels like one of those days. I know the Padres are behind, but you constantly see the different energy.
Yep.
Left center field, but it's slicing back, and Pennington there to make the catch. 389 feet. They measure the home run by Derek Norris. It's the second time in his career, 2 home runs in a single game, and the Padres are back within 2. Brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today and see how much you could save. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by USAA, official military appreciation partner of the San Diego Padres. Out by the USS Midway, one of the terrific tourist spots for our San Diego visitors. And now back inside the Petco Park. And we hope those of you who have migrated here to beautiful Southern California and our fine city will take time to come to Petco Park for baseball action while you're aboard. Cliff Pennington against Kevin Quackenbush. Then it's the pitcher's spot and Nick Ahmed. Anderson has been very efficient, so he still has some fuel left in his tank, even though he's given up 3 home runs. 6 home runs in the game, 3 for each team.
And so important for Kevin Quackenbush and the rest of the bullpen. Still plenty of time left to hold these Diamondbacks. Quackenbush and Mateo did a nice job last night, as Dick mentioned earlier.
Popped up. Foul territory off third. Norris with a mask off at the edge of the dugout, and then Middlebrooks comes over and can't make the play. That's very tough. You're about to run right into the dugout, and there are bats in that on-deck circle, and as he came in to try to make the catch, it looked like he slipped on one of the bats and one of the weighted devices the on-deck hitters use. There's Middlebrooks from the right side.
Right on that bat.
And he turns his right ankle. Oh, that's a freak accident, isn't it? Rolls that right ankle.
Yep. And then hits on his right knee, it looked like, as well. So
looks like he's going to head to the clubhouse for treatment. And with Spanshenberg injured, the Padres are short on infielders. They do have Amarista, and here he comes. Get a report as soon as one is available on Will Middlebrooks.
Oh, so now it looks like Solarte will go to third, Amarista to second, as Pat Murphy, the manager, does some juggling.
Bautista wound up playing second base last night. He did a good job. So a second life for Pennington. Neither Norris nor Middlebrook's able to get to that ball. And now he lines to right field, and Kemp there for the catch. One away. The official attendance on this Military Sunday, 32,223. Full house, huh? 3 2s and 2 3s. Oh, that's another game, I guess.
That's a good hat to wear on a day like today. Protect the ojos and the cabeza. Or the sunscreen.
Chase Anderson struck out both times. Both times against Espana, the Padres starter.
Nice.
And Marista gets in the game, gets a chance on the second hitter, 2 away.
Back-to-back nights now for Kevin Quackenbush. We mentioned it in inning last night, but he hit a spot nicely on that pitch. Even though it's the pitcher, good location, that's a good sign.
Leadoff hitter Nick Ahmed flied to left, flied to right, and was out on a comebacker the last time. 6-4 Arizona. D-backs with a solo home run by Peralta, 2-run homer Lamb, 3-run homer Castillo for their 6 runs. Breaking ball in there. Another strike. Fastball upstairs. Two outs here in the top of the 7th, and Arizona on the home run ball, leading 6-4. Slapped down the right field line and wide of the pole.
Let's see what Derek Norris puts down here, 1 and 2. Have we seen the Quackenbush curveball yet? No, here comes a fastball in.
And he pulls away from the pitch, and he sends a foul ball to Alonso for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 go the D-backs in the 7th. Stretch half of the 7th inning here at Petco Park on Military Sunday, and that means we all stand and hear God Bless America.
For the 7th inning stretch. Before we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game here on Military Sunday, please stand and welcome from the Naval Medical Center, San Diego, Hospital Corpsman 3rd Class Narissa Holder. Please sing along as she presents God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, our home sweet home.
Padres need 2 to tie. 3 home runs, 2 of them by Derek Norris. One for a 2-run shot, the other a solo, and a solo home run by Matt Kemp for the Padres. 4 runs off Chase Anderson. Alexi Amarista just into the game, first pitch swinging, and 3-1 on the putout, replacing Will Middlebrooks. Amarista.
Well, we mentioned it yesterday, the top 3 innings for runs produced for the Padres. The first, 47 over the course of this year, the 7th and the 8th. 40 runs in the 7th inning this year, 47 in the 8th, so early and late for these Friars.
Barmas, as you can see, one of the hits for the Padres, a double leading off the 5th inning. It was a wasted opportunity by the Padres. He wound up at 3rd with 1 out, but Kemp and Solarte couldn't bring him in. Well, Chase Anderson has had an unusual home run or non-home run course, if you will, on the season. His first 13 games, he gave up just 3 home runs. Against Colorado, his last start, 3 home runs. Today against the Padres, 3 home runs after only giving up 3 in his first 13 starts. Off the fist, and it's 1-2 to Barmas.
And if I were a bet man, if I can remember correctly, the home runs have been on breaking balls, off speed stuff. Not being able to pinpoint it. There's a future big leaguer decked out with his Padre gear, and he has his glove with him. Derek Norris talking about the curveball.
Foul tip. And they said that hit the dirt behind home plate before it was scooped up by Castillo. And Barmas still has a chance. Chase here, Chip Hill asking, are you sure about that? Late umpire Pat Hoberg says that bounced into the glove of Castillo. Not much of an argument from the D-backs catcher. Melvin Upton is in the on-deck circle. Will hit for the pitcher.
Well, there it is. These guys like to score late. Most runs scored 7th inning or later. The Padres up on top of 121, and the Braves and Rockies tied at 98.
Yeah, 23 ahead of those two. Lifted left field in the corner, and Peralta, or no, that's caught by Pennington down in that blind spot in the left field corner. Pennington, that was great hustle. He was played more over into left center field. A long run for him and into foul territory. He knows that wall's coming, makes the catch.
He's got to deal with those fans reaching over. He's got to deal with the wall creeping up. Breaks down into a slide. Big out for the Diamondbacks.
Here comes pitching coach Mike Harkey with Melvin Upton introduced into the game.
Well, they have their meetings, pitchers meetings. They go over the hitters before every series. Mike Harkey out there just to give him a refresher course late in the game and to tell him what Melvin Upton Jr. is all about.
He's had 7 pinch hit appearances, Melvin Upton, with a couple of hits since joining the Padres. Six to 4, Arizona. All 10 runs of the game a result of home runs. He's first ball swinging and a routine ground ball to third, and that's a quick inning for Chase Anderson. He gets the Padres in order. We've completed 7 at Petco.
Right now it's 6-4 Diamondbacks, top of the 8th inning. Mark Sweeney and Mike Pomeranz working on Padres Live, the post-game show, which will be brought to you by Cox Communications. Hopefully this thing turns, they get into this bullpen for the Diamondbacks and come out with a Padres win for the sweep. But in the meantime, Derek Norris has been a wrecking crew offensively.
Seen a lot of great home run swings today, and especially from Derek Norris. He looks very comfortable. Hopefully we can get him on with men on. And Mark Grant picked him and picked the stick, but he wants another home run out of him. See different energy in the dugout today. I'm looking for big things from the Padres today.
Thinking different energy for Mark Grant. He's getting greedy up there with 2 home runs, right? Derek Norris, and we see you in the post-game show, guys. We'll, of course, have the pick the stick results in the standings, Grant. I wouldn't leave you out in the dark like that. Also talk about everything that happened on the field, and we will get you set up for the following series, which will be against the Mariners after an off day.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Top of the 8th inning, Brandon Maurer comes in to pitch. Padres' 4th hurler. Despagne, Garces, Quackenbush, and now Maurer. David Peralta has one of the 3 home runs for Arizona. Solo blast to right. Late on that swing, 96 miles an hour.
Well, you pretty much know what you're going to get from Brandon Maurer. First of all, he's going to attack the strike zone with his 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. He's got the wipeout slider, and the numbers prove it. Lefty's only hitting 145.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Peralta, Goldschmidt, and Tomas. Heavy end of the order for Arizona here in the 8th inning. And it's time to check the Cholula flamethrower.
Yeah, with Brandon Maurer on the mound, you know it's going to be above 95. 96, and that's hot sauce. Hopefully he can throw that again, or the slider to wipe him out here and get a big first out here in the 8th.
Changeup is low, 2-2. Got him. Second time Peralta struck out today. And that brings up the ever dangerous Paul Goldschmidt. Well, 6 home runs in the game, you would think, well, Goldschmidt must have one, but not the case. The home runs have come from Peralta, Lamb, and Castillo. Padres have done a good job pitching to Goldschmidt, 2 for 11. Average down to 347 on the season. He has an 8-game hitting streak and now a 9-game streak as he just punches a soft line drive to center field. You can't keep that bat quiet for long. 1 out Goldschmidt, base hit, brings up Tomas.
Well, he fights it off, swinging early. He wants to avoid that slider for Brandon Maurer down by the label. Hey, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, if you keep him in the ballpark, you hold him to a single. Hey, take your chances. You got an out, you get a grounder. Get out of the inning.
Tomas does not have a hit, but he scored 2 runs. Safe on an error in the second by Middlebrooks. Came around on Castillo's homer. Hit by a pitch by Despagne and scored on Lamb's homer. That gets through the glove of Norris to the screen, and Goldschmidt advances to second base.
I'm guessing that's going to be a pass ball.
It appeared that he had his glove on it. He's checking it out.
Wild pitch.
They're calling it a wild pitch.
I think Derek Norris will be the first one to tell you, you know what, I should have stabbed that one. Sure, it was way off.
Tomas to right field, sliced in the corner, running out of room, and making the catch is Kemp. Fires back to second, but returning there is Goldschmidt. That's a tough play, because in right field, as you move closer to that foul pole, the distance to the fence starts moving in on you. You know it's coming.
A spectacular catch by Matt Kemp. A lot going on right there. You can smell that wall. You can feel that wall creeping up on you.
Boy, didn't cower away at all.
Nope.
He had his eye on the agate right to the glove.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. It's a big out.
Jake Lamb has scored a couple of runs, singled and scored in the second, and homered a solo home run, his second of the season in the 8th. It's a two-run home run.
That was a run saver. And that's a big run for the Diamondbacks out there at second base.
Leading 6-4, and Goldschmidt was ready to romp. Changeup floats outside, 1-1. That's right, young man. Be ready. Get that glove right up there. You never know. The next one may be coming right at you. Two outs, Goldschmidt at second. Top of the 8th. Late called strike, 1-2. Somebody barking from the third base dugout on that call. Umpire Hoberg staring in there. He's had a good game behind the plate, Pat Hoberg. Did he go? Yes, sir. Strike 3. Lamb is down, and that's it for Arizona in the 8th. Padres need 2 to tie.
Doing it for the team, and I think that's indicative of who he is. Giving up RBI opportunities possibly, and all the things that come with being a leadoff hitter. I think you see for yourself. I think he's responded pretty well.
Manager Murphy relating to Matt Kemp giving up the cleanup spot to move into the leadoff position in the batting order to help the team. And he has indeed today a solo home run back in the first inning, singled to right in the third. Hit the ball hard the last time, but right at the third baseman Lamb. New pitcher, Daniel Hudson, the veteran right-hander, as Chase Anderson gives the D-backs 7 innings, 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
Good live arm, 3-pitch pitcher, Daniel Hudson. He can start, he can relieve, fastball, changeup, slider. Upper 90s. When I say upper 90s, yes, he can touch 99. Changeup is his main off-speed pitch. Just kind of like Chase Anderson.
A.J. Pollock enters the game in center field. Chopped out in front of the plate, a fair ball, and Castillo makes the play to first base for the first out.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
So one away, and Jan Solarte is the hitter. He's 0 for 3. Pollock in center, and Peralta moves from center to left field. So Pennington is out of the game. Shows bunt, but that's more just to give Hudson something to look at. Does bring third baseman Lamb in on the grass at third. Might just open a hole on the left side for Solarte. Alonso next. Two 2-0. Veteran Hudson, drafted back in 2008 by the White Sox out of Old Dominion University in Virginia. Had a couple of Tommy John surgeries and battles way back to the majors. 2-1.
For a guy battling back, any pitcher battling back from Tommy John surgery, so many hurdles to get over. One is just get the ball back in your hand and start a throwing program, and then get over that hurdle of letting it all loose, not only on the fastball but also the breaking ball. Hudson seems to clear those hurdles very easily.
Another pop up on left side. Ahmed, the shortstop. 2 away, and that brings Yonder Alonso to the plate. Hudson had a big year back in 2011. He was 16 and 12. And then in the midst of the 2012 season, his first Tommy John, his Padre pen is busy. Alonso has grounded out twice, walked and scored. Side-wheeling Brad Ziegler has become the closer for Arizona. Shift on Alonso. Only Lamb on the left side. 2-0.
Got the rover. And all by himself over there at third base side. Jake Lamb.
Poor little Lamb who has lost his way. Huh? Slap foul down the left field side. Let's go back to our keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was top of the morning to you. They're top of the lineup. And how have they done? Kemp, Solarte, Alonso, 2 for 10. A walk, a home run. A couple of runs scored. And desperately seeking Despaigne. 5 2/3 for Odry Samir. He didn't walk anybody. Struck out 6.
Another foul. Only allowed 3 hits, but 2 of them were home runs. A 3-run shot by Castillo and a solo by Peralta. There you go, young man.
Oh, that was nice. Did you say thank you? Very nice.
2-2 pitch to Yonder Alonso. Justin Upton waiting his turn.
Looping a blast. Or even more exciting, a blast and a blast.
That's been the pattern today. All the runs on home runs. In the dirt, full count. Dodgers have won a 2-0 shutout. Zach Greinke at Miami today. Giants are winning 6-2 in the 7th against Colorado. Ground ball, nice big hop. Goldschmidt takes it to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hudson. We go to the ninth, 6-4, Arizona.
Dreesemir Despaigne, the big thing is the home run given up. Hanging breaking ball. He wanted it down and away, and that's not going to work out. Watch Derek Norris's glove. Outside corner, and this pitch leaks. So a few pitches that he has missed with location, and the Diamondbacks have paid off. Lefty on lefty. He wants it down and away. But this one, middle third. Derek Norris reaching across. So Frank Garcia's missing big time. Dreesemir Despaigne missing big time. And at this level, you're not going to get away with many mistakes like that. And that's been the difference in this game.
And that two-run home run by Jake Lamb in the sixth inning is now the difference in the game, 6-4. Padres have 3 home runs themselves. Solo Kemp, solo Norris, and a 2-run homer by the catcher Norris. Joaquin Benoit pitching the 9th inning for San Diego. Aaron Hill, leadoff hitter. Castillo and Pollock to follow. One and one. Arizona goes home to host the Dodgers for 3 and Colorado for 4 games. Fly ball to left. Didn't get it all, and Upton eases toward the line for the out.
Well, while we have a moment, if you're on the road traveling and you want to watch your Padres, subscribe to MLB.TV Premium for live or on demand on over 400 devices. Real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking, and much, much more. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Yeah, that's a must for baseball fans. Castillo has done his damage today, a 209 hitter, but a 3-run homer. Just missed that one. Skies it high into foul territory. Solarte gives way, and it's Barmes with the catch in fair territory. Two quick outs for Benoit. Brings up A.J. Pollock for the first time. Came in as a defensive replacement. He's having a good year, Pollock. .299 average, 9 home runs. Change up is low. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning for the Padres, they have Upton scheduled to lead it off, then Norris and Venable.
Sounds like a few runs.
After Venable, Emerista. slider in there. Danny Dorn is in the on-deck circle. Should Castillo keep this 9th inning going for Arizona? And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pollock.
Looks like AJ got that one off the ankle or the shin or the foot.
Lifted shallow. Kemp right to the line. Fair ball. 1-2-3 inning work by Benoit. Padres need 2. Upton to start it. Norris, Venable. Maybe Amarista and Barnes will get a chance. Barnes. Let's hope that switches on. And the Padres will feel electric here in the bottom of the 9th inning against Brad Ziegler, the closer for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's got 11 saves, and hitters batting only 187 against his offerings.
Yeah, he's had quite a career. Back on the 19th of this month of June, he reached a milestone. Brad Ziegler pitching his 500th career game. A 3-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup, slider. He's a ground ball pitcher. He's got that low 3/4 arm angle. A lot of movement. Doesn't throw hard, but he keeps the ball down very nicely.
Upton 0 for 3. A couple of fly balls and a pop-up. .83-mile-an-hour strike to start Upton. Quickly jumps ahead, 2 strikes. Ziegler, 35 years of age. Ziegler went to Missouri State University. He's a product of Odessa, Missouri.
Well, stay tuned after this one. After the Padres come back and win at 7-6, Padres Live, the postgame show. If you're watching the replay, you're not going to believe what's going to happen in this half inning.
Taken for strike 3. Upton is down. And here's our Bill Howe plays of the game. Produced by Derek Norris. A pair of home runs. Second time in his major league career. He's hit 2 in a game. There's the first one. A 2-run shot in the 4th. And then a solo in the 6th inning. Back-to-back homers by Norris off Chase Anderson. Number 10 and number 11 on the season.
And Derek Norris has got his work cut out for him because Brad Ziegler out there, totally different pitcher, totally different movement out of the hand of Ziegler. Down and in, sweeping breaking balls away.
Padres need a base runner to bring that tying run to the plate here in the 9th. Up the middle, but there's Ahmed behind second to throw him out. And the Padres down to their final out as Will Venable steps up. The Padres and D-backs playing leapfrog in this series. The win by the Padres last night jumped them over Arizona into 3rd place. Unless the Padres rally here, the Diamondbacks will leapfrog back into 3rd. Wearing the collar, Venable, 2 ground outs and a fly. Left field the last time. One and one. But Wallace would hit for Amarista if Venable could keep it going. 2-1. There's a situation where a walk is as good as anything else.
Absolutely. In 31 innings prior to this outing, 9 walks. Not bad, but only 20 hits from Ziegler. It's just basically tough to get on. Opponent's only hitting 187. That doesn't mean he can't be beat. You got to battle.
3 balls and a strike. Taken all away. Hard of the plate, 3-2.
Well, just a routine fastball, 84 miles an hour. It's the deception of the arm angle, the movement out of the hand of Ziegler.
Inside, ball 4. That brings the tying run to the plate. Wallace hitting for Amarista. Hit 8 home runs at El Paso before being called up to the big club. And so far used entirely as a pinch hitter. 5 at bats, 2 hits, and a couple of runs batted in.
And the shift is on against Wallace.
Barmes on deck. 6-4 Arizona here, bottom of the 9th inning. Venable takes off. That's a DI. Goldschmidt not holding him on. No stolen base.
Well, now the Diamondbacks cannot go the short way to get out of this inning.
And there goes Venable to 3rd base. No one covering. I don't know how you score that. That may be a stolen base.
That's got to be right. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe that'll unnerve Ziegler. Wild wave, 1-1 by Wallace. Seventh stolen base for Venable. Two and one. home run swing, but.
And look at the intent by Brad Ziegler. Down and away. He knows that Brett Wallace has got some pop. But with that two-seamer, everything is down and away. He's going to give him left field, the outfield playing deep.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Wallace. And he gets him swinging, and the ball game is over. The Diamondbacks, 3 home runs, get 6th. Padres, 3 home runs, 4 runs. And the final 6 for Arizona. Padres Live coming up, and Mike Pomerantz.
Dick, thank you very much. When we see in a couple of moments on a post-game show, you're going to hear from Pat Murphy as his team was able to take 2 out of 3 in this series. We'll show you some highlights from around the National League, and we'll preview the Mariners series in a moment.